What's going on, everybody? It's Brett Pro Angel bringing you today another deck profile. Today we have Blake. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
What were you on today?
Today we played something that no one plays or thinks of playing, Amazement.
Nice. Yeah, you did really well today.
3-1 in my own way.
Nobody knew what your stuff did.
No, people were like, wait, equipped to your card. What? Equipped to my card.
All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it.
All right, so I'm just going to rip off the hand traps first.
That mat is sick.
It is, isn't it? So, I should probably reverse these. So, 3 Nibiru, self-explanatory. Basically, don't let your opponent play. And then 3 Ash, self-explanatory.
Absolutely.
So now we get into the Amazement cards. 3 of Multi-Faker Reincarnated. This card, this guy, is your heart and soul of the deck. So what he does is, when you resolve a trap or activate a trap, and it resolves, summon him, and then when your opponent normal special summons, you get to equip a trap directly to any of their monsters. It's pretty insane.
That's kind of broken.
Well, that's only part 1 of the effect. Part 2 is, on your turn, he can banish any number of Amazement traps and then pop that many traps. And it's not limited. You can pop 6 cards if there's 6 traps in the graveyard.
That's actually insane.
It is. He's amazing.
Amazing.
Haha, glad you caught that.
No pun intended.
Maybe.
All pun intended.
All right, next you got
His
the wife.
girlfriend.
You got Marionetta reincarnated, literally. She sets an Amazement trap directly from your deck. This deck is basically Altergeist 2.0. So what she can do is, so when you set your trap, she can change the target of your trap. But, and this is the cool part, she targets the trap and not the monster. So this can out Dragoon.
Wow.
Yeah, this deck has, so you can just book a Dragoon. It's pretty great.
That's actually crazy.
It is. Plus, she is a light machine. That'll come up later.
Sheesh.
So, for the spells, I play 3 Extravagance. So the reason I play Extrav over Prosperity is that Prosperity makes you dig deep into your deck for a card you want. You want more traps in your hand with this deck. You want to make sure your opponent can't play. So and your extra deck doesn't matter at all. And then probably the second best card in the deck, Amazement Time Ticket. So basically you pay 8 and feel great, and then on your turn, for instance, you can add an Amazement card from your deck to your hand, or if it's your opponent's turn, you can just set an Amazement trap. And I'm pretty sure it can be activated on that turn. Yeah, I can. You can just straight up activate a trap on your opponent's turn.
That's actually broken.
It is. It's insane.
And it's a quick play? What?
Yep, it is.
Chain to your order?
Yeah, chain to order, win. So now we get into the Amazement traps. We got 3 of the best trap in the deck. Whorehouse.
Whorehouse?
Whorehouse. Oh, actually though, Whorehouse. So
Literally?
Literally. So, what this one does, it can do one of 2 things. So if you equip it to your monster, you can negate an effect monster your opponent controls. And if you equip it to your opponent's monster, it Book of Moons it. That Book of Moon effect took me so many games by itself. I never used the effect to negate once. The Book of Moon is too strong against Tri Brigade.
Absolutely.
And then next up, and mind me here, I don't know where my third one went in the last 5 minutes. So basically, you'll want to play 3 Coaster. So this is another way to help your consistency. This is main deck spell or trap removal. It doesn't target. It just sends itself and the spell and trap to the graveyard when you equip it to, if I remember correctly, to your monsters. And then when you equip it to your opponent, you can search an Amazement monster. So it allows you to get to Arlenkino, and then you can resolve Arlenkino.
Interesting.
It's really insane.
This deck looks crazy, man.
It is. I love it. Now we go into the generic stuff. So 3 Torrential. You really don't care about your stuff because 90% of the time you flip this, you wipe the board, and then you summon Arlenkino, and then you net from there anyway.
Do some mean things.
This card is my stopping power for the day. It stops so many things.
Oh man, I can imagine.
And then the normal stuff, 3 Strike. Don't let Zeus touch the board. Can't touch you if you don't let it touch the board.
Exactly.
So just say no.
Say no to Zeus.
Say no. And then 3 Tikaboo. So
I like it.
I was debating. I used to play 2 Rivalry, 3 Tikaboo, but I realized that since more or less this hurts more of the decks right now, I played this at 3, but Rivalry is still in the side deck. So
Absolutely.
this really hurts. Like I'd say it hurts Drytron a lot, but I haven't faced Drytron at all. So next up, 3, trigger Arlecchino the card. So, impermanent, self-explanatory, trigger Arlecchino turn 1.
Wow.
And then you get more interruptions when you equip stuff, so you can basically have 2 interruptions just by this one card with Arlecchino.
You can bring him out going second.
Yes, you can. You can just drop him for free. And then, so don't mind the weirdness of this. So, 1 order, 1 judgment, and then 2 punishment. Now, so I couldn't figure out my last 2 slots for cards. I was either a 3rd punishment or 2 judgments, but I found that these 2 one-ofs have actually won me games. Order's a blowout. Judgment can just stop that 1 broken card. Punishment's punishment. The entire extra deck is punishment targets, and we'll get to that here in a second.
Interesting.
So, for the extra deck, I have this nice and organized. So, for the 2 synchros for it is the @Ignister, hint hint, for Wind Pegasus, and then Omega himself, because you want to be able to loop it as much as you can with this. Next up, the only fusion, next one, Triple Entis. I was playing a Boral load because I've taken a lot of Boral swords with it, but Triple Entis is over the consistency over the random one of that I won't use.
Absolutely.
So
It makes a lot of sense.
and then we move on to some links. So we got Phoenix, Lynn, and Unicorn. Self-explanatory for these 2. Lynn, what she does is, so since Kamika's a light, for instance, if I play the trap that snatch steals my opponent's monster, or I even have another monster on my board, I make this, and I summon my opponent's Mechabot. And it's just another negate. It's pretty insane. They don't expect this.
Pretty good.
And then, oh yeah, sorry,
Take your Eldritch.
Yes, take your Eldritch, take whatever. And then you play the Boral Sword, self-explanatory. You need damage. So then some of the Xyz, Dweller and Cowboy for the memes, signed jokingly by Triff. So that's a thing. And then
real life though?
yeah, really, he was at an event and I had him sign it.
Wow.
So this is there if you can make it. I don't know if you did make it once. It's just there for punishment mainly. And now we get into some of the random stuff. So this is for Dogmatica. So if they Maximus me, you just summon Mechaba, win.
Sheesh.
And then when we get to the side, you'll understand these 2. 2 Waking the Dragon targets for Exterio and Ultimate Falcon.
Sheesh. Yeah,
So-
that exterior is kind of nice.
The Exterio is nice. It was recommended to me, I wonder by who, to play a Last Warrior, so I'm going to put that in soon. It's going to be
Yeah.
way too good.
Yeah,
Because,
neither player can special summon.
yeah, no one can summon.
Period.
It's
Just
insane.
Summon. It's like, oh, guess you just
Like,
pass.
oh, yep, guess we're playing Pass.
And I just have this big guy.
Mine 2.0.
Right.
Alright. So now for the side deck. So, for the monsters, this was main decked, but I decided to main deck Nibiru for this because Droll's only good for Drytron, really, and some decks play around it, but Droll would put in work most times when it resolves.
Absolutely.
And then,
It's a real card, man.
yeah, it is. Move on to the traps. 3 evenly matched. This blew out a lot of people. I basically played against a lot of prank kids, and this just blows them out of the water. So when they summon the dragon, I basically imperm their dragon, then I evenly everything away. So it's pretty nasty. They don't expect this right now.
Don't mind a commotion in the background.
Nope.
Something crazy just happened, but this profile is more important.
Yep. And now the MVPs, Waking the Dragon.
Wow.
I call it Waking the D. Because when you
Waking D.
So I had someone Feather Duster me, so he activated Prosperity, revealed a Feather Duster, a Lightning Storm, and Alistair, and he popped Double Waking the Dragon. One got Ash, but still, just goes to show. Always
That last warrior would have came up in
that
match.
last warrior would have won me the game. I'm just saying, definitely play it. So next up, there's the rivalries. This, I'm probably gonna set. I might just play 2 and 2 because this is just so good. It's too good. It stops everything. It stops it. I flipped this and what the next card coming up against Prey Kids, and it just stopped them cold in their tracks. They couldn't play. They just kept normal summoning Roxy's, and that's all they could do. But they couldn't beat over Arlecchino, and I just keep equipping and searching.
He's like, sorry, bro.
Yep, sorry, bro. And then next up, 2 judgments to complement the 1. Self-explanatory. Don't put this in game 3, please.
No.
And now the final card, Anti-Spell.
Sheesh.
Sky Striker's around. don't want engage to resolve, you don't want your opponent to hit you with Storm, Duster, so you just need to be ready for all that stuff, all the back row.
Makes sense. So yeah, and what's the last card?
Last card,
I just gotta know.
hit.
Super punch.
Hit.
So yeah, man, any changes you would make to the profile?
So, in all honesty, I'd probably take out one of the extra deck monsters for Last Warrior, because Last Warrior would have won me an entire game. I'm just happy with the deck performed. I'm glad it did.
Man, I'm glad to have you on the channel.
Glad to be on.
Thanks for the profile, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.
All right, see you guys.